login. Okay. Non-time practice. This is just four questions, unlimited. Okay, we're gonna look at this. Okay. Mm. We see it's shortish. This is gonna be one I'm gonna like. So according to the passage, okay. So we're just going to look keyword ACMA and Turing Award because we could have we could have a question that just doesn't mention that. Yeah. Who it's awarded to, winners. Okay, so this describes the award. Doesn't mention anything about paradigm shifting, unless it says directly. It's not a false, it's a can't out. This is how the award came about. Irrelevant. We can see this is just by when like this is just what I read first thing. I don't actually skim over it. I just see winners, money, 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 money. Okay, that's the just thing. First recipient. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what any of that means. So can't tell. Alan Turing is renowned for his work in cryptanalysis. Okay, so we know this is the only one that talk. We know the second paragraph's the only one that talks about Alan Turing. So we're gonna go to that paragraph. Then we're gonna look if it talks about cryptanalysis. Highly influential. It doesn't really say. Watch me get it all wrong in an unlimited timed one. From 2007 to 2015. Yeah, we get again, we can't tell because it says from 2007, this is what they won in 2006. So we have literally no clue. We have no clue. I don't. Richard Hammings isn't even mentioned in this entire text. Oh no, I meant Mark test. Bruh, how did I get one wrong with unlimited time? Okay, calm down on the time. I chose unlimited practice for a reason. Okay, wait. So we're just gonna go through 10 question sets. You know, it looks all right. It's all right size. What is the main aim of this passage? We're just going to look at the very last question. With dedicated scientists believe there is a good. Oh, okay. To point out flaws in the thinking, I think it's that one. Did you just look at the last sentence? You just look at the last thing. It's hating on health professionals, okay? Doesn't seem like that. That's true. That's true. So it's between these two. Because I can tell from the thingamabob, I can tell that this is advocating for saturated fat. Okay, yes, yes. 'Cause it says they're not willing, they have reluctance to accept evidence. So this suggests that is evidence, which suggests there are studies. So Europe is not a special case in terms. So we'll just look for the word Europe. Yeah, because they did 100. It's this one. What conclusion about the field of nutrition can be drawn from the passage? Largely unaware. No. No government really mentioned. Has paid too much attention to the results. No. Yeah, I'd say that. Which of the following words is not used by the author to contain their... Oh, it's just, it's overall a kind of mellow passage. I wouldn't say outrage is really used. Okay, water break. Hero syndrome. Is this true? Yeah, I'll just say a weapon. So he had bear's grease and a sword, so the military trinkets. Yeah, I say a mental illness. Me. Yeah, there's no mention compelling. Okay. False. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Because it was 19. No, actually, no, false. It would have been 21 years. 21 years would have been 76. Oh, I know. Yeah, false. It was under 20. It was under 20. Can't tell. I don't think it's mentioned. Doesn't say. Okay. This this one, we look at this. And we look at the question. I hate these questions. What I would do, we're gonna flag just because, right? Hold on. Anyway, which one is most likely to be true? If it's not like a outrageous term, like you're gonna have to go through everything. That's why I'm just gonna flag it. I'm just gonna skip it. According to the passage, what did Joseph Rainey do during Civil War? Doesn't even say. It doesn't even say. He served after the Civil War. He was born into slavery. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip these ones because they're more likely to be true. They're just so hard to predict, man. You literally can't tell. It doesn't mention it. What are viruses? True. Because it says the viruses are characterized have long filaments. Also in the family Villula. So in the family Villula, they all have long filaments. But yeah, because it says the perception is likely to be skewed. The perception is likely to be skewed because the monkeys got co-infected with this, and that is not actually as fatal. So this means this one is the fatal one. To pass the human train. Yeah, true. It's only been found in pigs. Wait, what is swine? I don't know why are they making it confusing like that. Okay, passage. All right, will not be enough to get annoying. It's definitely not this one. It's talking about lack of hunger. Suggested improvements in the global food system. No, saying it's not really possible in the last paragraph. Oh, I don't actually want to go. It's talking about hunger. I'd probably say that one. But like, this is just me explaining it slowly. I'm not trying to get the perfect answer. The GIH score, substantial progress has been made in terms of the. Okay, so according to the Global Hunger Index, a reduction of 27% in developing countries. Developing countries are poorer countries, so less hunger in poorer countries. Yeah, that's true. It doesn't really compare it here. Yeah, because it just says Tajikistan in Central Asia, so that means some of Central Asia didn't have it. Hard, guys. This is hard. Oh, already halfway through. Mm, Okay, so reading that, I changed that answer to the thing. Yeah, yeah. Give me a text like this in an exam. Someone's getting it. Also, just a little break. I just spent like an hour or two reading the third book of a series when I hadn't even read the second. False. Docile. I'm gonna search up 'cause I'm an idiot. Yeah, docile means, and crocodiles are more submissive than zebras. Zebras. So this is how I would draw it in my head, right? I'll do it on my hand. So I would say, okay, so it says zebra is dominant over docile. This says, oh, zebra, great. So I would write zebra greater than docile. Zebra, question is, zebra thought to be greater than docile. True. Does not mention climate change, does not mention geographical location, rather isolation. So I say that's false. Yeah, because it says to have been. We're just gonna search it up anyway. No, because it says here in clouds of 30. Yeah, just reading the text beforehand allows you to get those quick 3, 5 second questions. Hello. Ooh, that's really cold, you know. Let me close this up. The only problem though with those questions is that you're under the assumption that you're under the assumption that reading this or spending excessive amount of times on this question is going to bring you reduced time on the next question, where there's a huge chance that you can spend 60 to 80 seconds on a question and then you have no material stored in your head for the next question. Which of the following is the writer not protested in this essay? I would skip this. Alt flag N. Bro, I let me ask ChatGPT this. Okay, so questions in the verbal reasoning for the UCAT. When RQ orchestras not include brass? Can't tell. It just says usually. It'd be a can't tell. Can't tell. It doesn't mention this. It doesn't say specifically. Oh wait, no, no, no. To keep time control, proper pace, true. A resonance consort would almost always play written music for each musician's particular. And the reason a consort is the name of Google. False. 'Cause it said play music written for each musician's particular instrument, but it said here, painting together, at this time music was not written. Yet again, it's a short passage, but I don't like these most likely questions. I'll just skip all these. Okay. I have eight incomplete. I have these ones flagged though. So we'll go to the flag one. Okay, definitely not true. It just said in this town. If he was the first black congressman, he's not going to be the 15th after the Civil War. So it's that one. We know this one's not flagged. This one's flagged. All of the following options are false. Okay, that's false. It's not mentioned. Yeah, his father bought the freedom. You know, this one's true because he joined the House in Washington in 1870 and then helping pass civil rights in 1875. And we know it's true. So all the others are false except the true one. So that's true. Based on the battle, which should offer a clear fact can be true. Well, it passed, so it didn't fail. Mm. Well, definitely that one. Now we have two passages we haven't done. Yet again, we should have focused on not protesting in this essay. Flame, Cattle Sawyer. He's protesting cattle. Meat, beef and soya. Yeah, I think it's disease control. Well, the thing is, right, it says by 2030, so I don't think I'm not gonna listen to that really. Okay, this one's definitely not true because it just says it'll be at its tipping point or whatever. Violent destruction leads to an increase in infectious disease. That's not really true. Yeah, it just says, yeah, yeah, I should have gone with that. Because, yeah, again, it was a most accurate. Yeah, yeah. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. Yeah, probably a reduction in global meat thing. He seems very, very sad about that. Which of the following we consider an example of? Yeah. Did you just say that overfishing oceans to unsustainable levels? That seems like environmental Russian roulette. Because it's like, what's gonna happen? We don't know. 5 questions about a Hindu god. No offense, Hindu gods, but I have no clue what this is about. And they all have so many names and like, Mm. yeah, like Tamil Nadu. Why do cities or states have two names? New York. Okay, I'm gonna have to repeat something. Hindu god worship is considered monotheistic. It's about the god. I would skip this 2000%. This is such a hard piece of thing to read. Just so many words. Bro, like I just can't read the text. Maybe it's because I'm tired from reading all the other texts and trying to explain my points. But it's like it's just, if they're talking about like a Senate, I'm like, okay, I know what a Senate is. I know what the US is. I know nothing about India. I know nothing about Hinduism. I know nothing about any of this. Vishnu or Krishna? I'm just not gonna do these two. So I'm gonna do this one. Because these just look like that. So I'm just gonna do not that. Bro, like these are all a bunch of words. I don't see a single mention of Hiridasa Poet Saints. Okay, what is? I don't see a mention of any of that. I was so confident with this one as well. Anyway, I'm gonna stop that there and stop the podcast. I'm gonna make some food.